We put a press release today, but I don't have a.
To start for your reaction to last night's
You guys are far.
debate
It's
in
kind of
Parliament.
just got to be a little louder, I guess.
Oh, just ask first then for your reaction to last night's emergency debate in Parliament, please.
Yeah. So I watched for a while. It was some great dialogue. It's unfortunate some people still don't respect the treaties that are out there for our people, but it's just the way it is, I guess, in Canada, and we'll keep working through it regardless of what happens at Parliament.
Who doesn't respect it?
I couldn't say them all. I guess there's just been a lot of certain ones playing it against each other and stuff. But it's unfortunate that they're playing us against each other, and we'll figure a way forward.
I read your press release, and it seems that you're saying some of the numbers have been misconstrued. Can you explain that, please?
Yeah, I believe that a lot of the stuff escalated in this area because of false information that was put out. The numbers were inflated, people were misled, and it's led us down this road of a lot of racism and acts of terror. So very unfortunate someone would do that, and it's just discouraging for Canada as a whole.
What numbers, though?
Oh, the numbers, the landings of the lobster stock, the amount of money that each boat made. There's just, everything's been downplayed, and we're bringing out the real numbers, so people will be surprised to see how much embellishment there was.
The DFO says that, yes, while the lobster stocks are healthy overall, that they have been down between 2016 and 2018 here in St. Mary's Bay. What do you think about that?
The lobster is all about the economy, and the economy determines the lobster catches and the money made and such. So everyone we talk to, the economists and everything, there's nothing wrong with the catches. The lobster stock is plentiful. Minister Jordan said that herself. It's a matter of what the economy, what's going on in the rest of the world.
How many boats were on fishing?
Yeah, there's not very many at the moment. We're changing gears a little bit, so there'll be more out in the next couple of days.
Well, why hasn't there been very many, I guess? Like, is it because people are nervous to be out on the water, or what's the reason?
No, it was a matter of supplies. We can't get traps, and they're giving everyone a hard time that wants to deal with us. So we're going to, we got a bunch coming, and our fishers will pick back up.
And sorry, so would there be fewer than 5 out today? Would there just be a couple of boats that you're not sure?
No, I'm not sure what was out there. I didn't see it. Sorry.
No worries. Did you meet with Colin Sproul or anyone from the commercial fishing side today?
No, I didn't. No.
Are you going to?
No, I'm not. No.
Is there a would you be open, I guess, to meeting with them?
Not with Colin Sproul. No, he's came across as he's one person that put information out there that led us to here. So we're looking to we're putting a call out to the industry, to anyone to come forward that wants to have respectful dialogue, and we're open to that at any.
Some of the tension that's been boiling over here.
Yeah, we're just looking to ease the waters. We're not required to meet with them. I never have to, but I'm willing to if that will help them ease their minds.
Can you tell us a little bit about your conversations with Minister Jordan, and I guess how close you guys are to sort of defining a moderate livelihood? I know it's not an easy process, but what are your conversations? What are you taking back and telling your community?
We meet with our fishermen tonight, actually, at 5 o'clock tonight, and we got some good news for them. And we're hoping that we progress a lot more with it before the end of the week. We're kind of pushing our timelines very hard, and we're hoping that in the next couple of weeks we have something on paper and it's out there for the world to see.
When you say that you're pleased, what can you tell us anything? I know you're not meeting with them until tonight, but what can you tell us, and what is your timeline? Is that to actually have a definition in place, or what do you mean?
Yeah, that phased approach of a livelihood, it's going to take a while to determine that, but just the actual partnership, or just to reveal some of the information that our talks have consisted of.
When you say that you're meeting with your fishermen, how many people is that? Individuals?
It just varies on who's around. We could have 60 to 80 fishermen, fisherwomen show up to a meeting, and it just depends who's in town based on weather and gear availability or whatnot.
Can you just help people understand the difference between that number and the 11 licenses that you issued?
Yeah, so we have 11 lobster licenses, and if they were all out there in full force, it would be 550 traps. Around Nova Scotia, there's like 900 and something thousand traps being fished at different times. In LFA 34, there's like 400,000 traps fished.
I just want to go back to the meeting for a moment. I know you said you're not meeting with Colin Sproul. Are you meeting with Cody Blois? We're hearing there's a meeting happening today.
Yeah, we met with Cody Blois. He stopped in and had a chat with our council.
Today?
Yeah.
How did that go?
That was good. There was some information that he wasn't fully aware of, unfortunately, but we filled him in, and I'm sure he could have a different take going forward.
What can you tell us about your desire to purchase a lobster pound? And I know we've asked you about this before. I'm a little bit confused about whether it was the Pubnico lobster pound that you were hoping to buy, that obviously we know is now burned, or if it was the New Edinburgh, or both. Or are you
No, the New Edinburgh we were looking at. We were discussing that, and it's discussions are not really put to rest yet, so I couldn't really comment on that at this time, just due to like privacy issues with the owners.
Do you know who the owner is?
I know who the owner is. Yeah, I'm not sure if he wants to be named. With like, he don't want to be burnt out or anything, right? So
We believe that the owner is Eric Tebow.
no, I can't now.
We also know that he pleaded guilty today to essentially lying to DFO officials about his lobster catch, his commercial catch that he was buying, that he was buying. How do you feel about that?
I'm unaware of that. I didn't even know he had charges or anything. That's news to me.
You didn't know he had any charges at all with regard to this?
No, not at all.
It dates
No.
back to 2018. We're wondering if that was Sipekne'katik lobster.
Oh, yeah.
Sorry, did you have something else you wanted?
Oh no, it's just in regards to that deal, we're doing all of our due diligence, and we're not complete yet, right? So our lawyers would have found that out eventually. It's just nothing. We didn't get to that stage yet.
But you're still interested.
We're not sure. We're still exploring all of our options.
And so how could I accurately say that? You're exploring the possibility of purchasing the pound?
We're exploring all of our options, just like that.
How have things been the last few days here with the tensions between commercial fishermen and yourself?
Here it's been good. There's been no commercial fishermen in the area. Unfortunately, there's still a lot of hate going on the internet, social media. I get a lot of. It's just, what is the world coming to, right? That you have to send hate to someone. I pray for those people that they, find some healthy in their life type of thing. But
You say messages meaning threats.
yeah, oh yeah, there's all kinds of stuff like on a daily basis.
Can you elaborate a bit on what you're receiving?
I say they're empty threats. They send threats from false emails. They're setting up fake phone numbers. It's just keyboard warriors doing what they do.
There are other fisheries operating in Nova Scotia right now in Mi'kmaq communities. There's been incidents. It's taking place with the federal government parallel to what's taking place with your ban. What are your thoughts on that? Does it stand to affect what's taking place in Sipekne'katik?
Yeah, we would hope that those conversations they're having don't affect what we're doing here. I expressed my concerns to them that we're fighting two separate fights here. We've got a different stance in our community, and I wish them well in their endeavors. And it's just I can't comment on theirs. I'm not aware of their conversations lately.
Why does it need to be a different stance, though?
Our community is in a unique position. We don't have that Aboriginal fishing strategy, so we have a right to actually self-govern. So it's just a different setup between us and other bands in the province.
Do you think there's a value in everybody coming together to fight this?
100%. I believe in unity, all the way. Not everybody does, though, unfortunately. So we'll keep doing what we're doing and wish them well.
There's been a bit of a back and forth in terms of media releases from the Assembly of Chiefs. Is there love lost between you and other fisheries right now?
I don't know. No, we'll iron that out.
What is there to iron out, I guess, is what I'm wondering.
Love.
Could you just go back a bit just to the Minister Jordan conversation? So you're meeting with fishers tonight just to kind of discuss and update them. And you said you hope to have good news in the next week. And what can you just elaborate on, I guess, what does good news mean? And are you hoping that might kind of calm all the tension that's been happening here when you get something on paper?
Yeah, no. We in regard to our community, we have good news to tell our people, and they'll be the first.
Will we know that today, or will that be a tomorrow thing?
It's a tomorrow thing. We can't use it all today. You guys get paid travel.
And Sterling Beliveau, the former fisheries minister and lobster fisherman himself, he was suggesting maybe taking a year pause on the moderate livelihood fisheries, kind of coming together with industry and indigenous fishers and trying to iron out, I guess, some of the issues. What do you think about that idea? Is that a possibility?
I think Sterling should also include a commercial. Shut commercial down for a year. Let's everybody talk. But we're not going to stop because we have a right to do so. So I'd say shut the commercial down, cool tensions, let them feel it in the pocket, and we'll see you next year.
Do you think the commercial commercial industry should have a seat at the table of negotiations, or do you think that's just its own separate thing that the DFO needs to work out, while you work out your moderate livelihood with that?
100%. They don't have a spot at the table with us. They never will. We'll talk to them in the future about anything, any open dialogue about our fisheries, but they got representation there with Minister Jordan, and they need to respect that and go through her.
We know you officially launched your fishery on September 17th. One of my colleagues is wondering if you can tell us a little bit more about how long you've been planning this.
This has been in the works for years. We've had a number of leadership that tried it and just didn't pan out, I guess, or so. So it's been 3 or 4 years in the making. There's been a lot of staff, a big team working on it, community consultations. Yeah, at least 3 or 4 years to maybe even longer. It's been quite a while.
This morning on the news, Minister Jordan, she said that whatever deal she comes up with, she'll never impinge on or jeopardize treaty rights. Are you confident in this talks you have had with her that that's the case?
Yeah, it definitely is. That's been our main concern, that we're not there to negotiate any rights at all, and we won't, and that's a hard stance for us.
If we just go back to the debate, members of parliament, federal ministers have mentioned that conservation in their eyes is not necessarily the issue right now. It's not a concern. Do you agree? And if it's not conservation, then what do you think is the issue? What's stopping you from operating within the authorization of Canada?
If I heard you correct, my view on that is the commercial industry, like the pressure they're putting on politics, the people in the communities. They're threatening their own people, so it's there's a lot of pressure all over. Just tensions are rising, and it's very unfortunate, but I believe that's what it's from.
I've seen some video of some commercial fishers from the night that the 2 pounds were under attack last Tuesday night, where you see them taking the lobster out of the pound, and then I've now seen new video where they put it back in the water. Does that mean anything to you? That they returned the lobster to the water?
Oh, that's great for conservation. I'm glad they didn't dump them like they did the rest of them at that night.
They say they didn't dump any, that any lobster that's dead was already dead.
No, we've seen pictures of the dead lobster there, so I'm very grateful that that lobster is back in the ocean. We'll get those next week.
There's more police here today. I'm wondering if that's your thoughts on that. I know RCMP said yesterday they're bringing people from around the Atlantic bubble to try to provide more resources. How are things going?
That's great. Every time I drive by any police that are here, I stop and thank them for being here, and I appreciate their efforts. Unfortunately, they were way outnumbered. We still have a big problem though. Like, there's no protection on the water, and people's lives can be lost so quick on the water. So that's what we're working on right now. And if something was to break out immediately, I still think there's not enough police in the area, but that's hard for them to gauge, I guess.
So that you still don't feel you're happy with the fact they brought in more resources, but there's still not enough on the water, and they're still outnumbered.
Yeah, so at least now we're not having people like flying through the parking lot, spinning rocks at our people and such, and it's a lot safer here. So there's a lot more police in the area, and we're happy for that.
You sure you don't want to share anything about your meeting tonight?
I don't want to. You guys be misquoting me and everything.
Wanted to check.
The only thing I will tell you is that we're getting pizza.
Well, that's unfair.
It's pepperoni, cheese. It's a meat lover pizza.
Can I just ask, do you just want to go back to the emergency meeting last night? There's, the Liberal government got a lot of criticism from the other parties, and they criticized each other. Do you think, did you feel that anything came out of that, hopeful to move forward to solve this?
I put my behind Minister Jordan. Like, she's been very open with us and good dialogue, and I believe she's doing the right thing, and hopefully others follow suit. And we really shouldn't even be discussing it right now. It should have been done, long a time ago. Shouldn't even have went to court, but here we are, and I believe it'll work out in our favor, and rightfully so.
Do you have any idea of a timeline when that'll happen?
Not sure, totally. Same timeline. 5 minutes shorter. Are we good?
Thank you.
Thank you, guys.
So where will you be tomorrow then to update us on your good news?
Tomorrow we'll be here, or Digby are here.